First, thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for the blessing I have to work every day with these guys and do what I love in a place I love with people I love. And credit to TCU closing the game on a 7-0 run. I think this is the second year in a row they've closed games on, like last year was a 6-0 run, this is a 7-0 run. I got to be better for our guys because they gave everything they had. We actually thought we'd only have 5 guys this game, and as of yesterday, and so proud of our guys. Not proud of the results. Not nobody wants to lose, but for what these guys have been going through, I'm very very proud of them, and we're gonna keep fighting. We're gonna figure this thing out.
And Jerome, it sounded like sickness really ravaged the roster going into this one. Just how bleak did things look?
Oh man, we had 2 days off, and over the 2 days off, you guys relax. Let's get healthy. Let's whatever, and you find out that during the 2 days off, you lost Andre to a turned ankle, doing an individual, getting better, by himself, Then we had a decent, just get the junk out Wednesday, and was pretty good. And then on Thursday, after practice, it was a pretty good practice, not super long. And then I get the call and they asked me if I was sitting down. They said 2 guys, PJ and Doreen, have the flu, and if they have a fever, they got to shut them down for 24 hours. And so, and so then you start like trying to figure this thing out. What we're gonna do? 5 guys. How can we do this? What can we do? We've talked about adding a walk on. So you just had a dude on the bench, but man, they did everything we asked them to do to be able to play, and that's all we can do. But I've been proud of the resilience of this group with everything that's been thrown at them, and I know that we're going to keep moving forward and getting better.
When you are shorthanded like that, how tough is it to win when the free throw discrepancies way well?
I like how you asked that question. You don't. When you're shorthanded, you don't want to be in foul trouble. So.
On the last full possession where you had to go to full court down 1, what was kind of the purpose there when PJ turned it over there?
Yeah, well, they had a foul to give, and so we figured they might foul right away. Like, they didn't care if they fouled on that play or not, and so it was try to call the bullet action. We hit Kamari, toss it back to PJ, let him go. Figured they would foul. Now we'd have a side out of bounds with, probably about 5 seconds, to get something going to the rim, and they didn't call the foul.
Do you have a big coaching regret in a game like that when you do?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, end of the first half, we gave them an extra possession where we could have killed the clock and taken the last shot, and because they got the extra possession, they hit a 3 coming out of the timeout. There we were up 1. Guys, I should have had the guys prepared that they were going to trap, that they just wasn't just going to sit there, and and Precious maybe don't call the timeout because then he doesn't get to do the trap. I just wanted to make sure. Like, I thought we did a decent job coming out of timeouts and getting good shots, and we just wasn't prepared for that. So yeah, there's every time. After every game, win or lose, I'm looking at it, trying to figure out what I can do better, and those are some things that stick out right away.
What can this game do for Marcus and his confidence to be on the ice?
Oh, great! We've asked him to, stay ready. Opportunity's gonna come, and Coach Driscoll says all the time, injury, attrition, and something else. Doghouse or something. He says like every dude's gonna get their opportunity, and Marcus has, man, and now there's going to be a scouting report on him, right? And so people are going to adjust. And I thought when they went to switching at the end of the first half, we got stagnant. Like, we just tried to pick on the switch and leave a big at the rim. And so now they had, it was just the lane was clogged and we didn't handle that well. So it's going to give us an opportunity to get better at some things there, too.
You did lose a few different double-digit leads. What do you think that was a product of mostly?
Well, let's give them the credit for what it was, but I know that we were like very stagnant and playing too much one-on-one. And that's what they wanted to do. That's why they were switching, and we didn't get enough body movement, ball movement there. And then in the first half, it was the turnovers, right? We had no turnovers going into the last two medias, and we turned the ball over 6 times. So you can't do that. Our margin for error is too small for us to make those kind of mistakes or ever relax or ever think, oh, we got this or this is easy, because it's never going to be easy for us.
Noticed PJ didn't come out for warm-ups until super late. Did you just kind of have to manage just everything with him today?
Yeah, yesterday, as soon as we got here, he went to his room, didn't see him again. This morning, he came down, got a little breakfast to go, went back up to his room for warm-ups, told him do as little or as much as you need to be ready, so he didn't do anything in the first half. We didn't let him bring the ball up the court to try and conserve energy, and I thought that was, a pretty good move there, because he had a really good second half and had energy.
But when Marcus was on his heater there, what most impressed you with what he did?
Well, man, we see it at practice, right? When Marcus makes a shot, like he sees it goes in, man, and it just gets easy for him, and rim gets big. I was more impressed with his focus on scouting reports. Like, he did some really good things scouting report wise, and defensively he was, there trying, and that's the thing, because he's gifted offensively. It's the other end of the floor. But so proud of him for what he did and his effort.
Number of close losses this year. Is there anything you can pinpoint just in these late game scenarios throughout the season?
I don't know if it's just any one thing, but we have to make plays. Players got to make plays in those situations, and you don't. It's not a play that works. It's you get a ball to the right dude and you say, okay, like, go win it, like, go do it. And we haven't been able to do that.
Does a game like this add or take away from frustration levels?
I'm hurting for them, right? And but I'm frustrated because there's things I feel like I could do better, and I'm gonna figure that out and do it. So it's just a process, man. We just keep going. This is not how we intended, but this is where we are at. And life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond, and we're going to respond the right way.
Good to have Kamari back.
Very good to have Kamari back, and I'm hoping that tonight, tomorrow is enough time for him to recover, because he wasn't only dealing with the protocol, he was dealing with the flu also. That turned into something that slowed down the whole progress, and so